play throughout the Betfred World Snooker Championship.
I think, I think Craig's played a decent match considering it's his first time at the Crucible. He's had some good runs in a couple of the PTC events, so I knew that he was a good player and capable of beating good players. And I think he kind of, I don't know what he was feeling inside, but from the outside, you get a feeling when you're playing people, and I think he kind of handled the occasion pretty well, other than just missing a few easy balls. But it wasn't like he was struggling in many ways, and I think I played pretty decent yesterday. I think I got off to a good start, and apart from a few missed today, but that's to be expected sometimes. When you come here, you can't just be potting everything off the lampshades all the time. I was just pleased with how I kind of regrouped and got going again.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I love every occasion that I play now. I'm the type of person that realises that it can't go on forever, it won't go on forever, and it's just about enjoying being out there. And obviously you need to change your perspective in some sort of way, because there's no point doing what Steve done and what Hendry done probably for a long time, which was coming here, not winning, getting disappointed. So I think at some point you have to accept that happens to all of us and embrace it as just kind of a jolly day out, if you like.
I've found you very relaxed so far this week. How is the hunger to push for title number 6?
I'm a hungry person. I'll never lose that competitive edge, and that's probably why I've been so successful over the years. So that never goes. It's just managing that sometimes, and trying to keep it under control. But when I'm out there competing, obviously I want to win, and I want to, hopefully lift up the crown. But like I said, I go back to what I said to you before. There's no point sitting here going, putting all my eggs in one basket. I decided 2-3 years ago that snooker was just going to be a vehicle alongside doing other bits and pieces, and I've enjoyed that, and I'm kind of, I'm going to be around for another, what am I now, 39, another 40 odd years. So unless I turn into Fred Davis and Joe Davis and I can keep potting balls when I'm 75, then we all have to look for other options after snooker. It's a bit like when you leave school. I'm leaving school soon. There's no point leaving here with no skills. So it's been great last 2 years, doing some stuff with Eurosport and doing other bits and pieces. And listen, ideally I'd like to put that on the back burner for another 3 or 4 years, but you have to look at the whole package sometimes, and there's a lot of travelling involved in snooker. There's a lot of going here, going there, going here, going there, and that wasn't for me. And I didn't want to be at home just sitting around waiting either. So I just thought it was the right time to start planning my future, But at the moment I'm here. I'm enjoying being here. For these next 2 weeks, I'm 100% committed snooker player, and will do my best to give my best on every match I play. Speaking
of going to school, what happened with the new school shoes?
Bad move, when I was buying them I thought these don't look right, but I don't know I'm not a fashion kind of guy, so if there's anybody out there, Russell and Bromley or any of these top shoemakers that feel like they want to come and sort me out a nice pair of shoes, send your boys down. My feet, I've got these old battered things on at the moment, I had them for about 10 years, so I'd appreciate a new pair, and I'm sure that I need some help.
It seemed like you reappeared in Mike Ganley's gardening shoes.
Oh mate, they were. When I looked at them, I thought, what the hell? And I put them on, and they had this big instep in them. I went, Mike, I said, what you got in these? And I took this instep out, but actually they were so comfortable. I was like, like heaven, And
Craig said he offered to take one of his off and share them with you.
Who's Craig?
Your opponent.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, but he's looked even more uncomfortable. I was looking at him thinking, I wonder if his feet are all right, and them. But he's probably got nice slim feet. Mine are a bit too wide, And no, but thanks to Mike, I was desperate. I was even asking people out the crowd if they could lend me a pair of their shoes, size 8s.
Are you going to stick with those ones, the old ones, for the rest of the tournament?
Oh yeah, no, these are all right. But like I said, if any of these top shoemakers want to kind of send me down a few pairs, then I'm not going to say no.
Final one from me. Are you still running? How is the running? And I need some tips.
Yeah, no, I'll always be running, and now I've added obviously doing the boxing to it, so I've got 2 obsessions now, along with cooking, 3 obsessions, and snooker. I've got 4 obsessions going on in my life, and it's fantastic. I just need another couple, and then I'll be sorted then.
Ronnie, it'll be Matthew Stevens or Mark Williams next. Matthew's 7-2 up, so it could well be him. What are your thoughts on
I don't
that?
care. I have not got a care in the world who I play, when I play. I've just got 2 days off now, and I'm really going to enjoy them days off. And I just look forward to whoever I play. And like I said, it's just about enjoying every experience, every moment, and every opportunity I get to play in the Crucible now, because you never know when it's going to be your last one. So, you know, for me, it doesn't matter. And each year you come here and you win it, you look at the draw and you think, but I've realised whoever you play is going to be a tough match. So you don't even really look at the draw, you just look at your own kind of route and what you need to do. And I'll just be ready as I can.
Matthew did beat you at the Welsh Open a couple of months ago.
Everybody's beat me. Everybody's beat me, and I'll get beat again, and I'll keep getting beat. But all I know is I've got 5 UKs, 5 Worlds, 5 Masters. I'm kind of been round the block a bit. I know what to expect. I'm going to get knocked down, but I'll keep getting back up. And each time I come back, I just love it. You know, so for me, you know, I love getting beat because it just spurs me on to come back. So thanks for reminding me of that. And it's all good. You know, we're kind of like, we're in this journey together. So, you know, I'm sure Matthew's looking forward to playing me, and or Mark. You know, let's not write Mark off. You know, it's 7-2. You know, and he's a great player, one of the greats of all time. So, you know, there's still a lot of snookers to be played in that match, but you know, it's that kind of tournament.
Can I just ask you, is it something of a surprise that Matthew has got such a commanding lead after that first set?
No. I mean, I watched a bit of it, and Mark didn't play great. Matthew didn't play great, but I think if Mark doesn't play great and Matthew don't play great, maybe Matthew doesn't make as many errors. But if Mark starts to play well, then I think Mark's, obviously by his record and what he's done in the tournament, he'll kind of start to eat that lead away. So the ball is kind of in Mark's hands really still. He's still got 3 frames to get, and I know Mark's got 8 to get. But I'm sure Mark will come out and play a little bit more relaxed today, and probably feel like he hasn't got much to lose really. And the closer it gets, the more twitchier it gets.
So will you actually watch it?
Oh, mate, I've got too much to do, mate. You know, I'm going to go and get some food. I'm going to have a run. I'm not like you guys who just eat and sleep every ball here, mate. You know, I don't even watch it. I don't even read the papers. For me, it's just like I'm here for 2 weeks to play. But in between that, I've got a lot going on, a lot of things to keep me occupied. But you'll remind me later. You can do my work for me. I'll pay you.
Ronnie, can I just ask you a question about Anthony McGill? Obviously, you played him in the UK. What do you make of his chances against
I
Selby?
love them all. I think they're all great. You know, I think they're all fantastic. They're all kind of. I see them in me. You know, I see them starting out in their career. It's his first time at the Crucible. I see him on the practice table. He's just living the dream, man. You know, he's been at the UK, had a good run. He's got an appetite for the game, and you know, I love to see that, because obviously that's the new breed of players coming through, and you get to kind of, when you're in my position, you get to see players come and go, so you get to spot the ones that are coming and staying, and McGill's one that's coming and staying, and I'm sure will get his hands on his trophy one day, and he deserves it probably more than anyone, because he loves the sport, he loves the game, and you can never keep people like that down. So for me, I'm over the moon for him that he's got here, but he's got his work cut out against Selby. I tell you what, he's gonna feel every ball out there, you know, because Selby does what Selby does, and that's grind you into the ground and make you feel like, you know, you got to fight for every opportunity, every ball. But it's a good learning process for him, you know, and I'm sure whichever result he gets, he'll learn a lot from that match.
Hey guys, when you mentioned earlier about Davis to Hendry, do you mean basically that once you stop being genuine, you win the whole thing, you'll stop coming? Is that
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
You wouldn't let it bother you so much. Is that?
Well, yeah, you can't. I mean, what's the point? I mean, I don't want to sit here kind of like having 10 years of frustration. You know, there's no point. That's why you kind of have to balance snooker with other things, because if you start putting all your eggs in one basket and you start thinking, well, if I don't win the World Championships, I'm a failure, then that doesn't really hold good for your self-esteem and as a person. And for me, I like to learn from other people, and I like to kind of watch why people went through such things, and I try to avoid it. You know, it's like watching someone make an accident. You go, oh, I won't make that accident because he's just made it for me. So you kind of have to kind of watch it, and I call it just being smart. A lot of people put their head in the sand and just swim around, and they don't really know where to go. And I like to keep my head above water and just dodge the punches and kind of just navigate my way through smoothly. And I kind of look at Hendry and think the greatest player we've ever seen, and yet it all came to an end for him at one point, but probably played on 7-8 years in frustration. There's no point, life's too good, and you know, I just love being at the Crucible, whether playing or not. You know, speaking to Dennis Taylor, you know, he loves coming here. He looks so forward to it because obviously being a player and having great memories here, and he's able to commentate here, and just it's like I say, it's a jolly boys outing for Dennis and Willie and John Verger. You want to hear when Hendry came along and they had to get rid of someone else, they were devastated because they was having so much fun. You know, the snooker sometimes is such a pressure intense environment, and sometimes it's good to be out of it, but you don't want to be out of it where you're kind of sitting at home watching it on telly. You want to be here with you guys. You know, I've been around you for 20 odd years, so to kind of just cut that off, it's just not possible. And so, you know, I want to kind of keep in. So Eurosport will hopefully be here next year. So I'll be playing and doing punditry next year. So I'll be one of yous.